Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to Sportcast Northeast Sports with Bradley Young. Alongside me, we have Vesta Mackham. Good evening, Lee.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Down on the left-hand side, we have Lewis York back in attendance. Good evening,
You're
Lewis.
just a sad Geordie bastard. No, I'm joking.
Then on the right-hand side, we have our boss man, Bravo. Good evening, Bravo.
Good evening.
Good evening. So, a lot to cover about tonight. A lot to cover tonight as well. Obviously, Lee has wrote some notes down as well to share.
I always
so that's
do.
interesting.
Brad, I'm like your journalist. I'm the one who does all the delivering for you for the past two lives. Because the host can't perform.
You have.
The host can't perform, he talks shit.
Where's Paul tonight?
Paul is busy out with his boyfriends in town. No, I'm joking. He's out with his mates. He's out with his mates tonight, so I'm speaking off of me and Paul.
Good evening, Lee. Good evening, Bradley. Good evening, Reese.
Good evening, Reese.
Good evening. How
Good
are you doing?
evening, Reese.
You see, you said hello to Lewis. Nobody says hello to you and Paul, and not me, but no, it's just Reese. Reese, you're the extra, not one with permanent. But mind you, though,
So obviously,
today's live, legit. We have two United fans. One's putting the black and white one, and one the better one, Man United.
Don't say that.
No, hang on. I can see this. Like, who was the first United out in Manchester or Newcastle? It was Newcastle.
What?
It was. Yeah, Man United's first name was Hugh Heath. We were Newcastle United before Man United.
All right. Well, he's supposed to be United, so you know. Well, he's wearing red now. I'm happy.
so Lee, what's your first subject on your notes list?
Well, obviously, first of all, because obviously,
What's your
Bravo
first
Place here
subject
is a
on your
United fan, Man United fan here. So we're going to push the Geordie bloke until later. We're going to speak about Manchester United because they are visiting guests. They're visiting guests this weekend at Old Trafford. So, Bravo. First of all, what do you think of the upcoming game against us? Do you think that it's going to be a tough game?
I think it will be, yes.
Is there anything that you're a bit unwary on coming against Sunderland? Like, because Sunderland's got about roughly more than 10 youth players. They're all coming at Old Trafford. They're bonding really well. And obviously, Manu has some sort of error at the moment. Do you think that you can try and get something building up for this weekend, maybe, to help Amarim stay?
I don't really know. I don't know what the players are going to do, to be honest. I hope they're sure, but who knows?
There's one thing. It's like a lot of people, Sunderland fans, have been saying, is Ahmad, is he going to play against us? Because obviously, he's praising Sunderland online all the time. He's just like second home. And obviously, do you think he's going to play for you this weekend against Sunderland? Because Reggie Lebris put out saying, yeah, he may love the club, but this weekend he's our enemy. But do you think that's the case, or do you think he might not play or might feature on the bench? Because your manager has his set players, doesn't he, that he likes playing?
I think he'll probably play. I mean, he didn't play last weekend because of family issues, but he's back. I hope he plays, but who knows with the manager, to be honest.
Yeah. And with speaking about your manager, there's a lot of speculating this week about him, isn't there? There's very, very a lot about him. About he might be sacking him or he might be walking out himself. So do you think this Saturday is his last straw? Because he's had a good lengthy period of time. He's had a summer to work with. And nothing seems to be working.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much to work with. If he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. Just who knows? He might walk. I can see him walking if results don't change.
Yeah, as a Man United fan, how do you think of Ruben Amorim? Was he one manager that you just don't feel too pleased about? So a lot of Man United fans have their strong belief about Amorim after his interviews where he jokes on about the players, stuff like that. Is that something that may affect you as a fan against him?
When he was linked, obviously before he came in, he was linked. I was like, oh yeah, that's a good manager. I'll take him. But obviously, when he came on and had that system, I thought, all right, it'll work, but hasn't worked as much. And I just think I think he's just got to go. Doesn't matter what manager comes in or whatever. Same players just do the same thing. Sack the manager every time.
Yeah, because obviously you brought Amorim in after a successful time in Portugal, but in Portuguese football, it's completely different to the Premier League, isn't it? So he's came in, he's tried implementing his style of football he's done at Lisbon, but ideally that system doesn't work and he's a manager who's set in his ways. So do you think that's something which is causing a problem for the players now they perform on a pitch?
Yeah, the system, the players just don't know what the system really is.
Yeah,
None
there's
of the
no
players-
really good setup, isn't there? It's not really a setup. You see the
It's
players
not.
look baffled on the pitch, even you can see it sometimes between players against each other, having that tiff on the pitch and all that. It's not working. And I think it's about time for him to go, in my opinion. I'm a Sunderland fan. I think highly well of Man U. And Amorim's definitely got to go at some point. His press conferences, like, have you watched his press conferences at all when he talks?
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, and you notice how sometimes he doesn't take the responsibility. He doesn't. He just says he'll change his player's fault. He's not owning up to his own responsibility. He's not changing anything. So does that not, like, the right word is saying, does it piss off a bit as a Man United fan seeing the struggle?
Of
After-
course it is.
Yeah. Because after Fergie, you've had a long period of time where it wasn't successful. Amorim came along, a promising manager, recommended by Jose Mourinho and other managers, and he just couldn't get the ground running.
It's the system that's all the issues. Is that if
Yeah,
you change the system, maybe results would change. The players don't understand, but the players just don't like playing in a back five or a back three. They prefer playing in a back four and having like more players up front instead of having players defend.
it's because Man U for years have always had the system where they had a number 10 behind the number 9, where the ball's played a long ball forward, where he controls it down to number 10 to play out to the wings. And that's how it's always been like under Fergie. And the only manager who's actually done that for years was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So would you be one of them kind of fans who would take him back if you could? 'Cause I think that was like the highest finish you had since Fergie left. Wasn't it Gunnar Solskjaer, wasn't it? Or am I wrong?
I think you were right. Yes.
Yeah, so would you take someone like him back, or would you start looking at other managers elsewhere, like Zinedine Zidane's and all them?
I'm 50-50. Yes, I would, and also I wouldn't.
Yeah, you only have more progressive football, yeah. So, and as well, you're coming against Sunderland after possibly one of the most controversial summers. You signed Mbeumo, you signed Kuna, it looks great. But after that, you signed Sesko as a striker, who realistically, what you need is a natural goal scorer, don't you?
Yes, well, that's what they tried to brought him in for, but he hasn't really done that much. He's only scored one goal, and that was last weekend.
Yeah, and obviously, again, he's played some games where you can't dominate in possession, but you have that 20-minute blip. That's all it is, isn't it? So when you think about coming up against Sunderland, do you think that's going to cause a bit of a stir in the midfield for Man U with Bruno Fernandes and all them? Then, or do you think they might be a bit more composed?
Honestly, I don't really know, but it'll probably be a disaster, I'm thinking.
You think it's going to be another disaster?
Yeah.
Well, because as a Sunderland fan, I'm a bit worried because we've always had Hughes dominating us, but past few times we won. This last time, it was when David Moyes was in charge, we lost. But prior to that, we beat Hughes with under Sam Allardyce, so there's a lot of a change really from the last time we were in the Prem. So I'm going to ask you, honestly, what do you think your team lineup might be like against Sunderland then? Who would you start for Man U?
You want the full 11?
Yeah, if you can.
Baye Ndiaye,
Yeah.
the Turkish goalkeeper, Dan
Yeah.
Hobbs, De Ligt,
Mhm.
Luke Shaw, Danny Oro, Patrick Dorgu, Casemiro, if he comes back, Bruno. I think Cooney will start and Bomo and Sesko.
Yeah, so like the 5-4-1 system.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So if you just playing that 3-back system, wing backs, fantastic. You know, obviously you've mentioned about your defensive things. Man U's defense has been probably the worst in the Premier League for the past 2 seasons, and you signed De Ligt as a big signing statement for your centre halves, and he's failed to meet expectations. Do you think that's a lot of people said that? Do you think that's right, or do you think you still got some time to prove?
I think he's still got some time to prove.
Because I think if Bruno Fernandes was to go, De Ligt couldn't be the future captain if you had the right guy alongside him. Because he's been linked with some very great players, and obviously, again, you could have had similar stories to Newcastle with the bloody Qatari owner at one point, but then you had Sir Jim Ratcliffe coming in. A lot of Man U fans have been booing at him. Do you think he's feeling as an owner at the club right now? Well, as a co-owner.
I don't really like him.
You know, it's because he wants this big project for United as a United fan. But do you think it would be perfect if the Glazers was to sell and his stake would be shrunk a little bit, so he's nothing else?
I would
If
hope
he could.
that they would sell, but I don't
Yeah.
think that they will.
No. So what do you think this... So Brad's going to do score predictions a bit later, so I'm going to let Brad change the subject now and
Yeah.
who he wants to talk about next.
That's all right.
There you go, host. Take away.
Right, we'll go to Lewis now since he's been quiet for the past 10 minutes.
He's been quiet for the
we'll
past
let
2
Lewis
weeks,
have some
nearly.
discussion.
He's been quiet for the past 2 weeks.
Well,
Well, you've been off with a
with a bit of a cold and that under the weather.
Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. So, Lewis, obviously you were in the Champions League last night, weren't you?
Yes,
A 4-0 win. Wow.
I know.
What the hell happened there?
They played against a tin pot team, Brad.
Could you discuss this?
But to be fair, we did play against the Belgian champions, right? But they were not playing their own stadium last night.
I'm going to ask you something, Lewis.
Well,
Do you know there's a Sunderland player who plays now used to play for them? Who was at player of season last year?
Who?
Noah Siddiqui.
Yeah, there's a player who plays for them.
Lee's favourite.
He actually supports Newcastle.
Yeah. And he's also played against Alexis McAllister's brother, who was equally crap as Minu.
You got booked to yesterday as well.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, like the team we're playing against were not playing their own stadium because it's not up to UEFA standards. It's actually too small. They were playing in their rival stadium 4 kilometers away.
It happens.
Mhm.
It happens. Obviously, like you're talking about Champions League football, what Bravo versus Man U had this
I
season.
actually don't, to be quite honest.
You are?
I actually don't, to be quite honest.
I think you'd be glad that you're not in it this year. It really is a bit been controversial, hasn't it?
Oh, aye.
Obviously, I'm going to ask you some questions, Lewis, about Newcastle then. So, your last game, what happened? What happened against Arsenal? What went wrong?
We lost Tino.
I don't think it was just Tino, wasn't it?
No, because we had to put like
It wasn't just Tino
Damn
over mental
goodness.
what let you problem.
it was a couple of players, but losing Tino 6 to 8 weeks is a bit of a nightmare.
Obviously, you had that Nick Pope blunder where he tried clearing the ball out. The retriever in the middle of the park also fed it through, brilliantly taken. Obviously, partial Arsenal fan and Sunderland fan, I was jumping up and down laughing at you at the end because you've been so vain that you were going to win. So, again, like, it was a game where you've seen a lot of push and shoving. I'm going to question about the whole Newcastle disciplinary now. When your players going to actually start getting booked for what you're doing?
But
'Cause I think your Saudi money is actually bidding your players for not getting booked.
But I gotta admit, that referee performance on Sunday was terrible. It's got to be one of the worst referee performances I've seen in a long time.
Not going to lie, you're lucky that referee was crap because half your team would have been gone. Because ideally in football, it's happened to Man U players, it's happened to Sunderland players, where the crowd are refereeing and a player gets booked. But Newcastle did it in the spines cover. I don't know what it is. Like, Bravo probably admit. Casemiro, if he had other players around him shouting at a referee, he would get booked. So what's the difference between Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes or Joe Linton? The fouls that they were committing was absolutely brutal. It could have crippled a couple of their players. There was a challenge on Maslow Sketty at one point, wiped him out. No card at all.
But then, like,
if you had someone like Stuart, if you had
Saka.
someone like Stuart Atwell in charge of the referee, you couldn't have a red card.
But like Saka, like you know when like the VAR check for their possible Arsenal penalty.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I watched the ref watch, and I think I've also watched the referee mic'd up. The reason is why Arsenal didn't get a penalty was because Nick Pope planted his foot on the ground. That means he touched the ball, a minuscule touches.
The foot was planted once the player was beating him. And any goalkeeper, it happened to Onan a couple of years back from Man U. It's happened to some Arsenal goalkeepers where a guy beats him in a one-on-one and they stick the leg out and plant it. That was a definite foul. When a player goes down and the foot's underneath the foot.
You got a touch of the ball.
He didn't. He had a foot.
To
He
be
had a
honest,
foot,
mate,
not a ball.
To be honest, mate, I can actually agree with Lee here. It was a definite penalty. 100%.
But if that was a penalty,
And Nick
then
Pope
I
came out
won't
like a
give
rugby
penalty
player.
then.
He came out like a rugby player. Honest God, he came out more rougher than Casemiro after the showers with Bruno.
But there's
Hey,
like,
Liam,
two
you all right,
different.
Liam?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like if the Arsenal was a penalty, then we should have had a penalty then.
Your penalty was not a penalty when it was a direct foot to hand. It was played towards his hand. It was a deliberate
I've
foot.
seen Liam's comment coming
It
up.
wasn't.
It
I
wasn't
thought
a
you would
pen.
say that, Liam.
But like,
honest to God, it was, and obviously again, I think any Man U fan will probably agree it probably would have been a penalty. Anyone can say that. Anyone who hates Arsenal still says the penalty.
Yeah.
but the thing is, if it was against Man United, Man City, it would have been a penalty. End of. That's the problem. The officials are crap in the league.
You telling me? You telling me that? You see that
You're
from
telling
Man
me
U
that,
fans
mate.
who's had it for years? Just think, right, what you're getting on special treatment for cards. They had it for years at Fergie time.
Exactly.
Sort of. You had your manager clapping because you bloody crippled one of the Arsenal players.
And
Your manager was clapping when he crippled one of the Arsenal players last season. And it happened again. Tell me about disciplinary with Newcastle. It's awful. It's awful. It's not football. It's rugby for them.
oh, it's just one of those things. Like
Even
we've been.
Reece Jafarian says on the live chat, he says we should have had a penalty.
And he doesn't even watch football. He just says in the comments.
Oh,
He says in
hang
the
on.
comments all the time.
At the minute, obviously, I know we're talking about this, but I've got the Forest game on. Forest are losing 1-0.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
You want me to say that the weekend,
Sarah
though?
Copson will be very happy.
Even Mark Goldbridge said it was a pen.
But-
it was. It
but-
was blatant.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't look back now. You got to look forward for football now, Lewis. You are coming up against Sunderland's opponents on the weekend, Nottingham Forest, a team who nearly got a double on his last season, where he's got a draw and he's got hammered the other game with the Chris Wood hat-trick. Is that something that you're a bit nervous out on the weekend then? 3 former Newcastle players now against you.
I know it's going to be a bit. Obviously, on Sunday, we know we're going to be a bit rubbish against Forest, but I think Elliot Anderson will get a nice reception because he is a local lad. He played for us.
Yeah, of course. But he's at a better club now. He's doing well for himself.
Yeah, but that's the thing. FFP. We had to sell Elliot Anderson. The apply with FFP. It shouldn't be the case.
I think Manu will end up with Elliot Anderson in a couple of years' time because he's playing a good player for Manu.
But that's the problem. Why should clubs sell their young talent?
Business. It's business. Look at Manu, what they're doing. Look what they're doing. Do you think they're someone's being great signing all stars? No, they brought in Dorgu, a young player. They brought in Aidan Heaven. All these players have got promise. You're not signing promises and signing ready people established. Manu's doing something better than what you're doing. It's a new model. They're trying to bring youth to develop. What's your model at Newcastle?
To be fair, But that's
Let's bring in. I don't know. Let's bring in Anthony Elanga from Forest. Bloody hell.
Mind you, though, we've got to say, Brad, we've done something what them two haven't done this season, Man U or Newcastle. Getting a goal scorer.
Yeah, proven goal scorer.
We already can feel bad for them. But mind you, though,
to be fair,
that's a question for both years, really. Both teams
Yeah.
of United, who should be up there near the top, have really struggled this summer to get a goal scorer. Both teams have.
because like we can blame one person, and that's Alexander Isaac wanted to move to Liverpool, and he's doing crap for them now. Thanks very much for the £130 million.
I don't think he's doing crap. I think he's just trying to settle into a new club. It takes a while. It
I think
depends
it's
what
just
it is.
I think
And
it's
obviously,
just
he's
trying
getting
to settle
stick.
in.
But this,
Yeah.
I found something out as well. Liverpool said they're going to pay us in 2 transfer windows for this deal for Isaac.
Aye.
Poundy now said we're going to pay over 5 years.
Well, that's your fault, isn't it? Shouldn't have done.
No, but instead, if it's written down on paper, because obviously when we signed the contracts, it's saying we pay over 2 years, over 2 transfer windows, over 2 years.
Uh-huh.
If they're saying they're paying over 5 years, we can take Liverpool to court.
Well, maybe so, but I don't think you win that legal battle against a bigger club.
We can say now then, if that's the case then, we could say to the Premier League when we play Liverpool at Anfield, say, Isaac can't play against us because technically you start our player when the money hasn't got.
But mind you, though, there's one thing I am definitely looking forward to, Brad, at one point when this happens. Man U versus Newcastle, because it's going to be a battle of the holding midfield with Brazilians with the temper.
There's-
Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes, both of them with a bit of a disciplinary problem. It would be a great battle to watch, wouldn't it, Bravo? I think Casemiro will have him, like, Casemiro all the way, love him.
Bravo, there's only one Bruno.
I think he'll snap his legs.
Honestly, God, I remember Real Madrid when they had Casemiro. He was ruthless, and he's been exactly the same at Man U. I think he's calmed down loads now, though, for Man U. But
I
again,
wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, well, he's a lot more common than Bruno Guimaraes for Newcastle, bloody ready to take someone's legs out and start crying to the referee, like, because he got hurt in the
no,
challenge.
But you see one of the challenges.
Tell you what,
no,
mate.
but
I tell you what, mate. Bruno Guimaraes. I tell you what, mate. Bruno Guimaraes is a dirty bastard. I told you.
So is Joe Linton.
That's
Joe
what I was
Linton's even worse. Joe Linton's got a really bad
Both
ego,
dirty cunts.
very bad egos. It's because they
But-
think that the Brazilian and the star players at a club, they're going to be
Oh,
untouchable.
no, I saw one.
Now, look what happened with Casemiro at Man
Half
U
of the
when he
time,
done that.
yeah.
Casemiro thought he was untouchable at Man U. He got dropped.
Half of
The
the
right man
time,
just dropped him when he played crap. And that's what it is.
yeah. You've got a player there. You've got a player there. You got Bruno there. You got Joe Linton there. It's like boom, crashes straight into them. I'm like, that's dirty.
And Lewis, can I ask you one thing, yeah? All football teams, every players must get along and have a good crack, yeah? Man U players must do as well. But every time when Newcastle play, they look like they're ready to kill someone. They got a serious face all the
That's just the
time.
Brazilians
They don't
in them.
put a smile. That's not. He's like he's a programmed robot. He's not human like in a football team. Like
But
I think I see more emotions that Man U's players than yours.
but I gotta admit,
You see Hoyland nearly crying when he can't score a goal in a full season.
And now he is.
but I
And
gotta-
I scored in a week. He scored during the week, didn't he?
Yeah, he scored twice.
Yeah.
but like with like a couple of times, Bruno's been, you know,
Liam
Bru-
Keatley, that's a
challenges
comment.
on Bruno.
That's 2 seconds. That's a comment to highlight.
I love that.
Bruno Guimaraes.
But no,
would be
but the thing is,
definitely
though,
that rolls around on the floor like
I'm going to ask you a question, Lewis, yeah? Speculated time wasting in football, yeah?
mhm.
Last season, Newcastle, in time wasting time, have had over 1,000 minutes worth of time wasting in football. And this season, you've already contributed 25 minutes of wasting ball time by not doing throw-ins properly or corners or goal kicks. Do
But
you
I
not
go-
question your own team's disciplinary at all?
Yes, sometimes you go for God's sake, we need to go quicker and that. But I want to move on back to the Arsenal game. Did he see what happened with the Arsenal player nicking Nick Pope's towel to dry the ball?
All I saw is that the Arsenal player was telling you to hurry up. Nick Pope was trying to bloody rub a ball.
Arsenal had a throw in. Nick Pope put his towel a bit further away from the goalpost. Fair enough, because that's
There's nothing wrong with using a towel to throw the ball.
No,
You like to wipe the ball?
No, it's against the rules now.
No, it's not.
No,
It's not. If your
no,
team can do it, it doesn't
No.
mean that no one else can't do it.
no, unless it's agreed by both teams.
Agreed by both teams. Use a towel to wipe the ball, which was wet, which can affect the game.
But hang on a minute. The ball's going to get wet all the time anyway because they've watered the pitch anyway.
Yeah, but
before the games.
how many years has a football always had a towel on the side to wipe the ball? Your team
We-
deliberately had no towels there to stop that from happening. Unless you had it thrown. You had the towels. Your ball boys are throwing towels at them and everything. Yeah, you gone.
I got me.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that happened
frustrating.
years ago.
Obviously, I'm glad that now that Arsenal's managed to get the revenge on you after your numerous years of cheating. But obviously, I feel bad for Man U when they got beat by us as well at one point. So
I love
red
beating
and white
Man
stick
United.
together.
Yeah, I feel
I
bad.
Red and white
love
stick
beating Man
together.
United.
Red and white stick together all the time. Black and white stay on their own. Anyways, Brad.
Anyways, Lewis, anyways, Lewis, we'll go on to some players. Who was standout performer for last night's game in the Champions League?
Nick the German who I can't pronounce his surname yet.
Voltemade.
Oh, what? Yeah, and
Nick Walter-Mardy.
Yeah, and Anthony Gordon.
So the two people look like from the Goonies, aye?
No, but to be fair, like Nick the German, like I was just called him Nick the German because it's easier. But to be fair, he was actually really good. That he scored more goals. He scored more goals than Alexander Isaac now.
But Alexander Isak's still settling into a new club and a lot
Well,
of
he
pressure
is
on him.
as well.
Yeah, but no one's going to expect much from a player of him. No, if you're not got expectations, you can't exceed and perform.
What we want is to play to score goals and that and help us get further up the league.
Well, you're not doing that much favour on it. He's still down there, pardon the gap, like.
I know. Like I was thinking, feeling now, Newcastle actually won't get European football.
I think he'll struggle this season, definitely.
Mhm.
And I think Man U will if they don't get rid of Amarim, but
like, I think just because obviously you haven't played the big clubs yet, haven't you not?
there's Sunderland.
Uh-huh.
We play teams that you got beat by last season, Crystal Palace and them, yeah? They're bigger than you. They won more
You know-
trophies than you.
You got
Recently.
to play Man United next, obviously, as we said that.
Yeah, and you're saying never got any big clubs played, yeah? We're playing a team way bigger than you, Man U, soon, and that's going to be a tough game.
I wouldn't
think
say
we'll
they're
do.
big at the moment.
Mind you, though, just stop being negative on Man U, okay? You got Ahmad, and your team can perform when they want to, because he's won a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, we've obviously had to be fair, we out of the two clubs, out of Newcastle and Sunderland, Newcastle actually had the hardest start.
Not Newcastle. You had some very games that he should have won with his performance last season, but he didn't.
No, like Liverpool, like every single time, Liverpool always get like time added on, and the score right at the end. It happens all the time.
So how do you think it felt last season when you beat them last season in the cup in the cheated way possible with extra time from your player, time wasting? Don't have to get a free kick to lead into your goal last season to get your trophy.
Like,
Do you not think it's about vengeance that a 16-year-old who just barely hit puberty turn around and tap the ball back of the net against you?
He was
At the beginning of the
offside.
season.
VR didn't see the offside.
He was not offside. He ran from a wing position from the other halfway. He was clearly onside. He can't be offside from halfway.
I've seen him to be fair, I have actually seen offsides given on the halfway line before.
You can't be offside from your halfway line, actually, unless it's like a fucking dodgy diagram. Like, wait, do you remember that from years ago in the Premier League when they've done the VAR like that? He can't be offside like that when his defender's just there. He was beaten in a race. Your fullback was beaten. Trippier was beaten.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we're going to struggle in the next for 6 to 8 weeks now because we haven't, obviously, because we lost Tino and that.
But anyway, you still got Trippier, who's again one of your strong leaders in the back. So, well,
Yeah,
I
but then
can't
we
call
might
him
have to.
Trippier. You just need to call him wife cheater.
Oh, who's Bradley's dropped out?
Probably hasn't dropped out. It's just probably the stream on his end. We're still going.
I think we are.
Yeah, but because I'm watching it on YouTube on my end. Yeah, we're still on. I was still on. Brad will be on soon.
Yeah.
Must be his laptop because he hasn't charged it properly. But anyways,
He's put his laptop's probably died.
yeah. Anyways, I didn't ask you, Bravo. Like, who's been your standout player for Man U
I'll be
this
back in 2
season?
seconds. I'm just popping to the toilet.
Who's been your standout player this season, then, Bravo? Well, so far,
Not really anyone, to be quite honest.
because not gonna lie to me, I think standout when he has played has been Casemiro. He's probably the most consistent player that he's had in the team. There's Brad somewhere in that dark screen.
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can. Let's get your dad
My
plugged out the
stream is
Wi-Fi
very
again.
laggy. Restart.
All right. So now we're going to talk about
No.
Sunderland a bit, Brad. Yeah.
It's terrible. It's literally going back to like a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about Sunderland now.
Yeah, we can start talking about Sunderland. 'Cause we spoke about Newcastle, spoke about Man U. Let's talk about Sunderland. Obviously, we've had no injuries reported for this weekend coming up, apart from the ones that we already know, Brad. But who do you start, Brad, for this weekend against Man U? Because
Yeah.
Man U can be a tough side, even though much as he laughs about it, me saying this, they can be a tough side. Especially when you're a newly promoted side as it is, playing against a team like Man U at Old Trafford.
To be honest, I'm gonna say this
Hello,
now.
Brad.
Never change a winning side.
Yeah. That's
Never.
definitely one thing that you never do.
Hello, can you hear?
And obviously, we've had players like Ruth and Shaq I've mentioned for Team of the Week.
Yeah.
We've had Reggie Labrie for the Manager of the Week kind of thing. He's had a fantastic start. Something for Man United to be a little bit frightened about. But do you think this game is going to be easy, or do you think it's going to be the game of two hearts? A bit like what happened with the Brentford game and that, because you put Man U on par with Brentford a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, Brad, here's one thing what we've got to worry about with Man U. Okay? They've got Ahmad, who could feature this weekend. Is that one player that you might see a bit of a frightening thing on the full-back position, with him being on the right and then Mbeumo, and we don't have an established left-back? After
To be honest,
Masuaku's
it's going to
performance.
be very threatening, and it's going to be dangerous.
That's why I said that's why I wasn't going to say anything to Bravo. With Man U having Kuna, that we've only got Arthur Masuaku as a left back now, not our star left back. They can exploit that gap every time because they've got a lot of pace in that position. So that's where they could look more dangerous. They might start seeing gaps. If they've done the research well, it's going to be a tough game. Brad, are you okay?
There must be a massive delay.
Yeah.
What?
The stream is absolutely terrible. I'm trying to reconnect.
You
You're
are
trying to
connected.
Hold on.
Brad, you are connected. We can see on the screen.
This is twice this has happened
You
now.
fine? Brad, I legit got you on my
It's
big
like
screen
a
right
minute
now.
only when I'm trying to...
Yeah, Brad, legit. We can see you. Target me, brother.
I
just
don't
end
know
the
what's
stream
going
now
on.
and
It's
just
pretty
do-
much... Lee's gone. Lee's joined.
Oh, fuck.
Hold on. See if I can add him to the stream. Hold on.
Sorry, guys.
Come on.
Oh,
However,
Chung he's left.
Stop being 25 seconds behind everything. Right. Let's see what I can talk about now. So, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about that here, Bravo. So you know how obviously you played Brentford last week. What I was going to talk to you about, and you
Yes.
lost against them 3-1, didn't you?
Yes.
What was your thoughts on that? What was your thoughts on that game, pal? What was your thoughts on it?
I was expecting to lose anyways with how the team's playing recently. As soon as they had the ball and were getting the counter and stuff with the ball, I knew they were just going to score because the defence just opened up and just let too much space for Brentford to score goals.
Obviously, when we play Yuzo, it's going to be a complete game where I think Yuzo will attack on that right hand side more. Definitely Bravo though.
Most likely will, yeah.
Yeah, because again, with Masuaku being our predominant left back option or Luke 9, I think you have no bother on that side. But with the Kuna, that it's going to be a bit of a good matchup. It really is, isn't it?
Oh yeah, if Ahmad starts on that right hand side, I think most likely 90% of the ball will go down that right hand side.
Yeah, it's because obviously you've had Ahmad playing as that right wing back kind of thing, just overlap with Kuna a bit. No Kuna with Mbeumo. Obviously, with them two on that right hand side, that's going to cause a lot of trouble. But looking at your left back scenario, like who's your left back options? Now it's Dogu, isn't it?
Dogu, and then the other one is Malacia, but he doesn't really play. Or the other one is basically just Luke Shaw, but he plays centre back at the moment.
Yeah, I was reading something today about Malacia might feature. Maybe he might feature, he might not. I don't know if that's right or not. A lot of people speculate that on Twitter, but I don't know. So obviously some people have been skeptical on Dogu. Are you one of them fans who's skeptical on Dogu a bit, or are you giving him time because he's still young?
Just giving him time because he's young. I know he can improve.
Yeah.
Some games he can run down the line and do well, or some games he just doesn't do well at all.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, Sunderland can panic under pressure as well. Do you think you can invite pressure on us on this game then?
Could do, but who knows? We'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, I'm going to ask, because obviously Brad normally asks this, and I want to take my turn asking this. Is there any players of Sunderland that you look at and wish that you could have that Manu or who might be tough for you to come up against? So everyone's always said Shaka. But do you think there's any other players maybe, apart from Shaka?
Probably his goalkeeper.
Yeah, Robin Roos. He's been a gem this season, hasn't he?
Oh, he really has.
Obviously, you signed Lamens, who's going to be our second option if we didn't sign Roofs. You've got Lamens, so I'm glad we didn't get him.
I thought he would start, to be honest. I thought he would be starting straight as soon as we signed him. I just feel like it's just a waste of money if he's going to be on the bench.
Are you quite surprised with Bayindia starting?
Not really, no. It's the manager, isn't it?
Yeah. But obviously, with Bayindia, he came in to be that backup to Onana, didn't he? And obviously, Onana's where he is now, and you got Bayindia starting.
Yeah.
And you would think that you would have started Lamens a little bit more, definitely.
Of course, if you're paying 18 to 20 million or whatever it was on a keeper that you want to bring in to act as number one, then you're not playing him. It's a waste of money.
Yeah, it's because you just speculate with Emi Martinez for the full summer. And I thought you were about to get him. I thought you were going to get him. Honest God, if you had him, it would have been a completely different ball game. He's defensive then because he's a rushy keeper, isn't he?
Oh, he's a really good goalkeeper. He won the World Cup not long ago, and I thought when they offered for him, I thought they would get him, but turns out they wanted the other goalkeeper instead.
Yeah, and obviously Lamens came in. You got Bayindia. Again, I said on last time when I was doing the live with Brad, a couple of years back in the Championship, we said if I could pick a goalkeeper from the Premier League, I said Bayindia for the cheap option because he does have some lengthy. He's quite lengthy, isn't he? Quite tall and lean and athletic.
Yeah.
But Brad, I'm going to ask you stuff now for the weekend. Do you think Isado's going to start against Man U after all the speculation linked with him to Aston Villa? Or do you think don't give him a bit more chill time and try start someone like Brobbey or try playing Isado? I mean, not Isado, Mienda.
To be honest, it's the manager's choice. It's obviously down to Regis Labrie, but obviously, what my perspective and my thoughts on this, if I had to pick a player between Isidore Mienda and Brobbey, I think, to be honest, I think Wilson Isidore will continue to keep his place. That's all I reckon.
Yeah, because you said to me about not changing the winning side.
You don't
Obviously,
change the winning
again-
side. You don't. That's
That's what I do agree.
You've got to keep
Do you
the
think that we should? So you think that we should still have Enzo Lafayette in the wing against Manu, or do you think that we need a little bit more pace against Manu then?
To be honest, against Man United, I would be looking at starting someone like a Dringer. To be honest, he's got that pace in him.
Obviously,
I think
like
Dringer.
I don't know, Bravo, what he thinks, but obviously we have two quick wingers in Talby and Dingra, or Dringa, how you want to pronounce his name, and they're quite pacey. And obviously, when you play against Manu, you gotta have pace, don't you? Because Manu's quite of a. Sometimes it can be a defensive unit. Depends on if they want to perform like that. It depends on their day how they want to perform. They can be a defensive unit but not score. So obviously, we need to be quicker, I reckon, if we're playing against Manu, because their fullbacks aren't as quick as what they used to be, or whatever. Because you got the has-been of Mazraoui now, who's 29, isn't he? Bravo, am I right?
I think he might be. I think he might be like 26, 27, but he's out injured at the moment.
Yeah. So he's out injured. Then they've got Dallo again. I rate Dallo, but again, he's not the quickest.
Dallo.
Obviously, you want to have pace to beat these people. You won't match to match. You want the advantage to the opponent.
Mhm.
So yeah. Host, take the lead now.
Aye.
Host, take the lead.
Right, take this one away. Obviously, who was your standout performer last week? Bravo against Brentford. Obviously, I know you got big against them, but who was your standout performer? Who was your man of the match? Like the best player on the pitch, I would say.
Sesko, the goal scorer.
Do you think he's a guy we need to
Sesko,
watch
goal
out for
scorer.
then?
Well,
Sesko,
to be
then?
honest,
I don't think so. No, I don't think he'll do that much.
No. Because there's also a player that you watch out for. And obviously, I watch his pundits talking about Manu a lot. And everyone that praises Mbeumo more than anything. He must offer something that other players don't have. You got Bruno Fernandes. He
yeah.
plays as normally as a number 10, but he's playing central. Do you think that's been a bit of a change of position for him then? Do you think that's a change his game a bit? Because he was a bit more of a number 10, really. He was better in that number 10 role.
Yeah, he's much better in the 10 role, but obviously he's just got to play there because we don't have really that many good midfielders to play that role.
Yeah. But obviously, again, it's going to be, for you sort of don't, when you look at your team on paper, the players that you have, it must be frustrating to say, right, we've got this midfielder who at one point would be good. You got Agate, who was doing really well at Sporting Lisbon, and he signed him. What's happened? Do you think it's just all the big club and the energy just taken straight into them?
Most likely, I think so, yes.
Yeah, because obviously they've got to come up with players like Noah Siddiqui and I think it might be Chris Rigg and obviously Granit Xhaka. Xhaka's been the most established midfielder in the Premier League within the past decade and a half. Do you think that's going to implement the change in the game then against Man U? Against you? Do you think he's going to make that change of the
Probably, yes.
in the pitch, yeah. Because when was the last time he actually played against you? Was he playing for Arsenal at the time? Because I remember he got sent off. He got sent off against Man U.
Yeah, I believe he got sent off in the 1-2 now.
Yeah. And obviously, it was a bit of a tough game, but I think he lost his badge with Bruno Fernandes the last time because he had him in his back pocket. Bruno Fernandes had Shaka Ala. I was watching that game. That's how I remember it.
It might happen.
Oh,
It'll
Jim
probably
was
happen
shocked
this
at
year.
the time. I wanted him to go out after that game, and he did. He went to Leverkusen. But hopefully that does not happen again.
Right. Right, I was going to create a Kahoot for tonight, but I'm not going to show it on the screen because obviously, who knows, it might be a bit of a laggy issue again, like technical issues on my end, and it's going to be bad. So, what I might do is I might.
And he's gone again.
Oh, he's back.
Right, I think you need to change your Wi-Fi router. You need to go off BT.
I've got Virgin.
Well, even worse, mate.
Fucking shite. So what was I going to talk about again? A Kahoot quiz, wasn't it? Obviously I wasn't going to share it on the screen due to technical issues, and I'm not definitely going to share it now because I've just obviously logged out there and come back on. So what I might do is I might ask everyone some questions based on Sunderland and Man United related, and the first person to comment in the chat, or obviously you can join in as well, will obviously not win a prize. It's just for prize. So it's for fun, basically.
Got a bit of a fun.
So question 1. I've got 10 questions. So question 1. What year did the Stadium of Light open in? Was it A, 1996? Was it
Nope.
B, 2000? Was it C, 1997? Or D, 1999?
1997, when it got built. Established
Yeah,
1998 for the first game of the season, for the first game against Celtic.
Yeah, well done. Question number 2. Ooh. Trying to think.
I've got a question. Can
Yeah.
you name 3 former Sunderland players who played for Man U who scored more than 10 goals in a season
Ooh,
for both teams?
bloody hell. Amad Diallo. Obviously
Yeah.
on loan. You could say that on loan still.
Well, he scored more than 10 goals for Sunderland, yeah, so I'll give you that one, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Did what you call him? Oh,
I mentioned him just before we came on. Plays for Brighton.
Plays for what? Sorry,
Plays for
What, Danny
Brighton now.
Welbeck?
Yeah, Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
Because Danny Welbeck scored 10 goals for us that season. He went back to Man U 2 years later. He scored 14 goals. Then, can you name another player? He's French, centre forward, and Brad, you would have been 2 when Man U signed him from Sunderland.
He's French.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's not
No,
Eric
thanks, mate.
Cantona, is it? Or is it?
What?
It's not Eric Cantona, is it?
No. Brad was born 2002, weren't you, mate? So 2004 it was.
I was only one, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
It was David De Leon.
Never heard of him.
You see, he's meant to be the rising French star. He scored 10 goals for Man U one season. They said him on loan to Port Vale and he vanished. Port Vale was in the second division that season.
Question number 3. When was the last time these two sides faced? Was it A, 2014?
Nope.
Is it B, 2017? Is it C, 2020? Or D, 2015?
David Moses in charge 2017 when we got beat.
Yeah.
Fellaini scored.
2017 was the correct answer.
Fellaini scored in that game.
Yep. Fellaini.
That's when he played as your number 10 that season. Under Jose Mourinho.
Oh, it's a long time ago to me to remember that.
I know.
Aye. Trying to think of some more questions. Got some in my head.
I got one for Bravo. Right?
Right.
The last time you won the Premier League,
Yep.
Who cemented it for you to win the league? Which player scored the winning goal for you to win the Premier League? The last time he's won it.
I think it was Robin van Persie.
Yeah, it was. Volley right outside the box, it was. And he's won it 2 days before deadline day. But another question. Which team stole the trophy in the last minute from Man United? Which team stole the trophy from them? It could have been the last one as well, but Man U got, but it wasn't, because Man City stole it against QPR.
The one before that, or
Yeah, the last time you competed for a trophy, and you finished second, it was Man City versus QPR, and Man City scored. Aguero and Joey Barton caused that big fight, remember?
yeah, I do
Oh, yeah.
remember that.
Because I was at that game, right? Honest to God. All you Man U fans were buzzing. Yeah, we won the league and all that. And all of a sudden, you just went quiet. And obviously, no one made a sound. And the PA sound went, Man City have won the Premier League. Man U fans were like a plogo.
Yes.
Right, this is a good question about Manchester United, and I bet no one will get this one either. I've got this one in my head. Which Man United player scored the winning penalty in the 2008 Champions League final? Is it A, Ryan Giggs? Is it B, Cristiano Ronaldo? Is it C, Wayne Rooney? Or is it D, Edwin van der Sar? Which player scored?
It's definitely not going to be Van der Sar.
What do you think, Lee?
Can't remember it. The Champions League was what year?
2008.
I'm seeing it's Ryan Giggs.
No, it wasn't, 'cause Ryan Giggs didn't play because he was injured. Because they had Scorsese on the wing. No, they didn't have Tevez. It was Tevez, Rooney, and it was Nani
Ronaldo.
in Ronaldo, because it played with the 4-4-2 system.
So, who was it then?
It was Van der Sar.
It actually was Van der Sar, yes.
I didn't think the goalkeeper would score the last penalty.
Van der
Because it was
Sar,
against Victor Valdez. It was Victor Valdez, went bottom right corner.
yep.
Oh, that was a hell of a year. That, like, Ronaldo was brilliant that season.
So, who managed Manchester United immediately before Sir Alex Ferguson? Was it A, Tommy Docherty? Was it B, Ron Atkinson? Is it C, Dave Sexton? Or is it D, Wolf McGuinness?
It's the
Well,
second,
McGuinness was in the 70s.
it's the second
Uh,
option.
Ron Atkinson.
Yes.
Ron Atkinson is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Well done, bravo.
But he wasn't the main manager, he was an interim.
Yep, he was only an interim manager at the time.
Hey.
At least I got that one correct.
Yeah, well done, bravo.
Right. How many Champions Leagues / European Cups have Manchester United won? Was it A2, B3,
Nope.
C4, or D5?
I'll go B, because George Best won the first one with Man U.
I think it's 4.
I can tell you the correct answer is 3. One in 1968, one in 1999, and the other one was in 2008, obviously, like I mentioned.
Right. Here's a question for
Technically,
Bravo.
technically, I would say technically, unless you weren't counting the Europa League in 2017.
Well, he did say European whatever it was, because Brad can't pronounce stuff. But I've got a question now. In 1999, who did Man United beat in the Champions League final? And Brad, no Googling.
I know what it is. I know who scored both the goals and what times exactly as well.
Yeah, he didn't start either. He came off the bench, didn't he?
Yeah.
So what team what?
Which team did Man United beat in the Champions League final that year?
1999.
In 1999. I was only 1.
Oh, mate.
I wasn't even born. 5 years before my time.
I've got I know this. Well, I've got two answers in my head, but I think I might know. It's either Barcelona or Bayern Munich, but I can't remember which one it is.
The second one by Munich. Right. Bravo. Just for you. Because you know this answer. Who scored both the goals and what times?
It was Teddy Sheringham and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
I believe it was the 91st minute and the 93rd.
Yes, it was. Right now the time wasn't Fergie time. That's where Fergie time came from, didn't it? It was.
It really did.
Right. Here's a question then for Bravo. Who scored the Champions League winner the time before that then? Who scored the winning goal?
1968.
1968.
Decades.
1968?
Are you going back forward?
Brad, no, was it 1968?
Yeah, that was the last.
Brad, you're wrong.
Was it not?
The time before that, though, George Best in the squad, and he scored the winning goal. They won it 4 times, and you were right. Bravo. You were right, Bravo. 4 times, I got it wrong.
Well, that means, well, I'm not saying nothing.
He is a Man U fan after all.
But if he was counting the Europa League in 2017, it would be 5.
Yeah, exactly. So both would have been wrong.
Bravo know this question, right? In which year was Manchester United founded originally as Newton Heath? Was it A, 1878? Was it B, 1888? Was it C, 1892? Or was it D, 1902?
1878.
Yeah.
Yep, actually is. Well done.
I should just look over on the wall. It's on the wall.
Right, there's you clamming it.
I've even got
Right.
a picture of it on the wall. That's all the kits from the first kit as well.
Yeah.
This is a tough question. And I'll tell you what. Right. Which player is known as Captain Marvel for Manchester United? And I won't give you any A, B, C, D's. You just have to guess it.
Bruno
Is he at
Fernandes.
the club now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
Bruno Fernandes.
Nope, he's not.
Captain
yeah,
Marvel.
yeah, it's a goal. This is.
Oh, jeez.
Well, the
Yeah.
the word Marvel came out in 2001. So,
I'm just going to put it out there. Nemanja Vidic.
The answer was. Oh, let's have a look. I've lost it now.
Won't you dare say Rio Ferdinand.
Hold on.
I like Rio Ferdinand, by the way. He was quite good.
The
His
answer
brother
was
was
Brian.
Pablo Anton.
The answer was
Who?
Brian Robson. Brian Robson.
Brian Robson, hi.
I wouldn't have known that.
Right. Here's a good question for you. Who was Man United's first manager after Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013? Was it A?
That Scottish wanker that no one shall speak of. The Scottish
Was it
wanker that no one
B?
shall speak of. She fucked Man U over and us. There's no options, Brad. Everyone knows this.
Everyone knows it. Go on. You might as well just spill it out.
I'll let him say the name.
Moyes.
David Moyes.
Yeah, the wanker. Alex Ferguson's chosen man who was shite.
Oh,
He probably idolized Jan as like he was crap.
he's been terrible
Right.
at Everton. He was terrible at West Ham. I mean, he's doing all right at Everton. I'd see.
He's always done well at Everton though. It was his destined club, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which team did Manchester United beat 9-0 in the Premier League in 2021? Was it A, Ipswich Town? Was it B, Southampton? Was it C, Wigan Athletic? Or D, Derby County?
In the Premier League. Well, Derby's never been in the Prem for a
Only
long
4
time.
years ago.
It's Southampton.
Derby has a
Southampton.
4 years ago.
Southampton.
Yep, Southampton. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Southampton.
Mm-hmm. Southampton was. Aye.
Nothing.
And the
Aye.
last question.
Bloody hell.
Which club did Manchester United sign Eric Cantona from? Was it A, Leeds United? Was it B,
Leeds
Marseille?
United.
Was it C, Montpellier?
Yeah, it's
Or
Leeds.
D?
It's Leeds.
Leeds United. Leeds United.
I think it was like for 2 million or something like that.
Yeah, he was the first player over £1 million.
And it was like 1992 or 3, one of them seasons.
Yeah, it was 93. So a few years later, Newcastle signed David Ginola, didn't they?
It did, yeah.
David Ginola,
Aye.
Is there any more things on your notes to talk about, Lee?
To be honest, right, all we need to do now is talk about predictions for the weekend.
Well, yeah, it's an hour, so we might as well wrap it up after this. So, what's your score predictions for this weekend, Bravo? We'll wrap this up.
Which game do you want us to start with?
Well, the only game that we're talking about, the Sunderland and Man U game. We're not going to talk about everyone else, like.
Fair enough. I've got down that the game will end Manchester United 1, Sunderland 2. I think it'll win 2-1.
Oh,
2-1.
right.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised you said that yours is good, to be honest, like, but, with Robin Root in form, like.
Aye.
Lee, we'll go to you. What do you think?
Well, coming from Reggie's interview saying that there's no players to be known of injured after Mukiele's knocking all that, I think we're gonna have the game under control. But because of the whole Man U saga with Sunderland, the problem is I have a realistic and an ambitious one. The realistic is going to be a 0-0 because both teams really struggle to score. But in my fantasy head, I'm saying a 2-0 win Sunderland.
Right.
Because, again, Man United's goalkeeper by India, as much as he is sometimes good, his contribution is absolutely awful. Dog crap. And he doesn't dictate his box as much as what Ruth does. Something that Man U hasn't faced yet, someone like Robin Ruth's goalkeeper. So someone's very demanding. A natural leader in the middle of the park for them, for Sunderland, against Man United who's struggling. We can cap against that really well.
To be honest, let's go to me now. Obviously, my score prediction, obviously, Man United's an easier team to beat than Forest. Let's face it. But than Villa as well at the moment.
Oh, God, I feel bad for Bravo. He feels talking a bit like...
It's all right, I don't mind. I've taken much worse.
He knows
I take much worse off my friends all the time.
Yeah.
Especially Liam in the chat, 100%.
Yeah.
Liam Keatley. Aye.
Yeah.
So, sorry, but I'm going to predict. I'm predicting 3-1 Sunderland. I've got that feeling.
You don't have to be sorry to me. It's fine.
Mind you, though, Brad, saying someone's going to score 3 goals. We've done this quite a lot where we've scored 1 goal, we've just held on. And if you want to hold on to a 1-0 win against Man U for a team who's just been promoted, it might be a bit seen as good. But ideally, we should be going into these.
Listen, right, even if it is 1-0, I'll take a 1-0 win.
Yeah. But again, though, realistic terms, I'm just going to say it's 0-0 because we've had games where we've struggled to attack. You look at us against Burnley, what we were like against Burnley. We're going to Old Trafford with Man U fans. It depends what the whole atmosphere is going to be on the day. It's going to be down to the atmosphere. And if Man U fans show up just targeting Amrabat throughout the full game, the players are not going to perform for him, aren't they?
No.
They're not going to perform at all. May as well just drop the spine and let someone bomb them up the arse. But Man U need to legit knuckle down a bit. A team who has targets to hit. And if they want to start getting this multi-billionaire stadium and stuff like that, they need to hit the ground running.
Aye.
So my score prediction realistically is going to be 0-0.
0-0.
But I think Amram's going to be gone either before the game or after the game. One of the two.
Obviously, you predicted 2-1, didn't you? Sunderland, Bravo. Who will the goal scorers? Who will the goal scorers be?
I've wrote down Granit Xhaka and Isidore. for Sunderland.
It's the typical two people would mention, won't it? Mind you, though, I think Bravo's just living in the past when Shaka scored the volley against you for Arsenal. Against you with Arsenal, honestly. But again, it's going to be a tough game. Bravo it is. It's going to be one of them games that depends on who throws it more on the day.
My goal scorers for the 3-1 Sunderland, I think Bruno Fernandes will score. I also think...
I did not think you would say that the way he's performed. This is no chance will he score.
I'm not Man U fan, but I'm just saying it's Bruno Fernandes is dog crap.
Honestly, if my team got a penalty against you, I'm not watching because I know he'll just miss.
I know he missed the penalty against Brentford, but I think he's going to change that completely. I think he'll get the first goal, and then I think Isidore will get one. Like Bravo mentioned. To be honest, you know who I think is going to score? I think one of the defenders is going to score again, and I don't think it's going to be Alderete this week. I think it's going to be Mukiele. I think he might get a goal.
You're just trying to get our defenders to score goals.
And I also think Enzo Lefebvre. Yeah. That's my goal scorers.
Mind you, in my fantasy team of Sunderland scoring 2 goals, it will would be Noah Siddiqui. He's due a goal after his performance. Getting a midfielder who can really turn Man U inside out in the middle of the park. But also, personally, I really want to see at least come off the bench, at least by half time, Simon Adingra. I want him to score. He scored against Man U last season, and it was a beautiful goal against us. Just outside the box, and he curled the bottom corner against Onana.
Yeah, that was a good goal.
He came off the bench as well. It was like 4-0 Brighton.
I remember that.
Matoma had his alaba.
Anyways, before we go as well, I want to mention something. Nominations. Player nominations and manager nominations are a month. Obviously as well, manager of the month, obviously Reggie Scabrice has been on there as well, alongside Oliver Glasner, alongside Mikel Arteta, and alongside another manager. And obviously Sunderland's players.
It's not Amram. It's not Amram.
Sunderland's
He'd be bottom of that list.
Sunderland's players of the month, I think it's who was it? Is it Alderete and Xhaka?
It was Xhaka and Roof.
Oh, Xhaka and Roof, sorry. Xhaka and Roof wasn't it?
I think Roof will get the player. We'll get the player of the month today.
Roof definitely deserves player of the month, to be honest.
I agree. Does, but just the way it's going, it'll probably be Erling Haaland, obviously.
It'll probably be a fix. It'll probably be Erling Haaland. It'll probably be a big muscle.
Mind you, that'd be a good game to say Erling Haaland against Robin Roos and see what happens. Robin Roos has been highly touted in the Premier League now. A lot of teams have been praising him.
To be honest,
pundits.
To be honest, I hope Reggie Scabrice doesn't get Manager of the Month award, because if he does get Manager of the Month award, half of the time he either goes on a slump or he goes on a massive loss. Remember the last time?
By the way, Brad, I'm going to say this. I don't know what Paul's predictions will be, but I think Paul's going to predict a draw. Because Paul tends to say draw quite often to stay safe.
Paul's prediction, he actually told me before, obviously a few hours ago, he said 2-1 Sunderland.
Oh, he said 2-1 Sunderland?
Yeah, he said 2-1 Sunderland.
I'm going to visit Paul later on when I go on call with him, because he's actually going to predict that Robin Roos is going to concede against bloody Sesko.
Let's go.
No. I can't believe I'm saying this. Man U's goal scorer is Sesko compared to years ago when they had Ronaldo and Tevez and all them. Honestly, complete change, isn't it?
Yep, it certainly is.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys. We'll wrap this one up. From myself, Bradley Young, from First Debate.
And from Bravo, please.
Obviously from as well. Say goodbye, everyone. Bravo.
Go on with it.
Thank you for coming on again, Bravo.